hold on to me. And don't say you love me. Just hold on to me. Fighting, I'm fighting. Fighting with you for me. Yeah. But I'm tired of fighting when I'm not the enemy. No. He sings that song, baby. He sings that song, baby. You, baby. Ain't nobody else got my heart. Ain't nobody sweet like you, baby. When you say love, you just hold on to me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. So, welcome back to Spiritual Healing Journey on my Spiritual Healing Journey, Lotus Evolutions 369. My name is Cynthia, and I'm your girl, Lotus. Okay. And I decided I was going to do a reading today. I haven't done a reading in a while, and I'm not really big on putting readings on my channel. However, I was just feeling it, right? So I started with some affirmation cards, and I'm just gonna flow. Whatever come out, come out. Whatever don't. It is what it is. Okay. I release what no longer serves me, my happiness, health, and peace of mind. It's okay to be born again and rediscover myself. That's evolution. That's becoming. I attract success and new opportunities effortlessly. And God and the universe hear my prayers. And the bottom of the deck, I value myself in the highest regard, and it shows. So, I feel like it's gonna be a quick read. Just a little. I'm getting. It's time to move forward, right? When we grow up, when we mature, we have to learn to let go of the old things, the things that no longer serve us, right? The things that no longer uplift us or help us to feel elevated, right? And that's not always easy when you are dealing with the constructs of life, right? Life throws you curveballs. So you have to learn how to adapt with those curveballs that life is throwing you. And I'm learning to recapitulate my life through a different lens, through different behaviors, and just overall differently, period, right? Even down to how I interact and engage with my children. And so, what I was explaining to them is just because I'm an adult, it doesn't mean that I stop growing, I stop living. Just because I'm your mom or just because I'm older than you doesn't mean that I'm still not growing up. We're still growing up. You grow until you no longer grow anymore, you grow until your demise. Every day that you are blessed to be here on this planet and to live is an opportunity for you to grow. Every time you wake up, it's an opportunity for you to grow. It's an opportunity for you to move forward. It's an opportunity for you to be different. It's an opportunity for you to be changed. And a lot of us are waking up and a lot of us are moving differently. A lot of us are becoming alert and aware to the things that are around us, the people that are around us that don't serve us, that don't mean us any good, that are a hindrance to us, right? And so the challenge comes in knowing who they are and how to release them or let them go, right? And so I find myself, I wouldn't say at a crossroads. However, I find myself at a space in my life where I'm over shenanigans, right? I'm over people. I'm just over the same games. I'm over the same energy. I'm over the same vibrational frequency that a lot of the people that I be around be on. Now, I'm grateful for the opportunities that God has awarded me and the places that He's taken me. However, I'm also cognizant and aware of the environments that I'm in, right? And I realize that I am growing and I am evolving and I am changing. And in the process of doing that, that means I also have to change people, places, and things and not be afraid to move forward or be afraid to try new things or try different things or just be in a different space. It doesn't always feel good when it's time for you to transition or move to a new step or new phase in your life, right? We struggle with that because that means we have to die to our old selves or release things that once gave us joy or once gave us peace or passion or once filled a certain void or area in our lives, right? And we're at a point or a pivotal moment in our lives where God is recycling the earth, right? And when I say recycle, I don't mean in the sense of like typical recycling, but in the sense it is the recyclation of recirculation of opportunities, right? Opportunities that award you to grow and a recyclation or recirculation, thank you, of lessons, right? So as you age up, you go through all the lessons that you've already learned, right? To ensure that you learn them. Just like when you're in school, teachers give you a quiz or a test or a unit test to determine if you're ready to move to the next unit or next phase, right? Life is the same way. Life is going to throw you curveballs until life is sure, the universe is sure, you are sure of yourself and are sure of your next phase or stage of life in which you're seeking to aspire to, right? And so as you begin to grow up and as you begin to evolve and change, you have to release and let go of the things that no longer make sense, the things that no longer bring you joy, the things that no longer bring you peace, the people that no longer bring you joy or peace, the people that hurt you. You gotta let go, right? You have to let go of it. You have to learn to find the peace or make peace within that situation. You have to learn to love within the realms of, I guess you say, hurt or pain that you've endured or that you have been able to transpire out of, right? Or transpire through. And that's not always easy because sometimes that hurt can be deep. So when that hurt is deep, you gotta sit with it. You have to embrace it. You have to take it all in and recognize all the movements in it, all the parts in it, your part in it, whether you was moving the right way or wrong way, the person involved or other persons involved, environment, whatever. You have to take it all in and you have to process it. And it's okay to process information however you need to process it in order for you to be able to take what needs to be taken and release what needs to be released and let go of what needs to be let go of. It's not easy to let go. It's not easy to let your guards down, especially when you've been hurt a certain way or when someone has treated you a certain way. You're supposed to learn from it and establish boundaries so you no longer experience it, so you no longer have to go through it again, right? You have to learn how to forgive yourself for making the decision or choices that you made to put you in those processes or put you in those stages or those steps or take you down those roads you went down, right? Everything that happened to you for a reason. It was a reason why you went the road you went or went the route you went because it was something that your soul needed to learn or something that your DNA coding needed to pick up. It was a lesson there somewhere in the midst of that. Your job was to figure out what the lesson was so that you could keep it moving, right? Like, it's not always easy though. Like, it really is not always easy. And what I'm learning and what I'm finding is that when God continues to put something in front of you, he's showing you, hey, wake up to this. Hey, pay attention to this. And it's time for us to take heed. It's time for us to take the steps that we need to take, even if they feel difficult, even if they feel hard. When you release, you make space for the new things. God cannot give you something new if you're still holding to something old. God cannot cycle out what needs to be cycled out or recirculate what needs to be recirculated if you're still holding on to the old things, the baggage, right? And so I'm learning to sit with my feelings. I'm learning to sit with my emotions and my thoughts and process them out. Like, I think like this. Oh, wait, let me cancel that. Oh, I said this. Oh, wait, let me cancel that. Let me make sure I cancel that. Let me cancel that immediately, right? Like lately in my conversation and in my speech, I say but a lot, right? So I cancel but because but is a canceling word. I do not seek to cancel what I'm saying. I seek to express that emotion and I seek to express that thought or that experience at that time. However, when I say but, that means I'm canceling out what I just said. There is no but. I meant what the fuck I said when I said it, right? So it's like it's learning to be sure of oneself. And I've taken the time to sit with me, and I've been journaling lately, and I'm learning that journaling is a beautiful way to allow your inner self or your inner being or beings to express oneself or yourself, right? And so in the process of it, I'm learning to tap into my Akashic records and my memory and recall who I once was and what I once experienced and who I once used to be, as opposed to who I currently am and who I'm becoming now. And I'm tapping into those past lives and those past mindsets and those past energies and those ancestors and spirit guides that need the healing or need the freeing of their soul. Whatever I can do to help, I'm helping. Because in helping them, I'm helping myself, right? Like, what I'm learning is that just because a person passes over doesn't mean that their mission is complete. And I thought that, once you pass on, your mission is complete. Sometimes your mission is not complete. It's another stage, it's another level, it's another place, another realm in which you are now in, that you have to fight through, right? That you have to aspire through, that you have to go through, excuse me, to continue on your journey and whatever your soul was supposed to endure. And so I'm learning it's not easy, it's a process. And it's okay to go through that process and embrace yourself in those aspects, right? And people don't have to understand what you're going through. It's not their job to understand why you are making the decisions or choices that you're making. And that is what I'm learning firsthand. It is not another person's job to encourage me on my journey. They don't have to do that shit. They don't have to give a flying Batman about what I do in my life. They don't have to. They don't really don't have to care. And then the ones that do care, they either gonna want me to excel or they're gonna want me to fail. You're going to come into contact with that. And the thing is making peace with it, right? Like embracing it for what it is, and like understanding that it is a part of the process. How are you going to show up? How are you going to make the adjustment? How are you going to address that situation, right? And address it in a manner and way where it's beneficial to you and them. You're not hurting them, yet you're teaching them, hey, this is what you did, this is what you need to do, or this is how you should have reacted and responded. Granted, this is your situation. You can do whatever you want to do. However, this is the suggestion that I offer because of the position that I'm in, right? The part that I play in it. I only play a part. Like, we play parts in each other's lives, right? We show up in each other's lives to show each other what we need to grow at that point in time in our lives. Everything that happens to you for a reason. It's people that show up in your life to show you something about you. I said before in my previous message that we are mirror images of each other. So in essence, in being that mirror, you might show me something in me that I may not see or I may not be aware of, right? It's my job to find that unawareness and create awareness in that space or in that area because of what was being shown or broadcasted back to me, right? Now, if I don't agree, oh, it's so dry. If I don't agree, hold on. If I don't agree to what is being projected back to me, I don't have to accept that message, that note, that downloading, that DNA coding, right? I can release it and let it go. I can say, "Oh, I've gained that lesson or I've gained that knowledge. I no longer need it," right? Or if I'm not elevated or evolved enough, and I say I'm curious about it, I can accept to a degree, right? You always have a choice. You can change your mind at any given moment. It's a matter of knowing what to change your mind to. And I'm learning the more you take time to sit down with yourself and be by yourself, you are able to kind of discern what it is you really want for you in your life. And then what I'm also learning is that people not going to appreciate what you're doing. They're not going to understand it. They're not going to like it. They're going to push back. They're going to fight you on it. They're going to question you on it. They're going to engage you in a way that sometimes make you feel like you're going backwards. Your job is to hold true to you. Your job is to understand and know you. Your job is to discern for you, to advocate for you. You have a voice. You are your own best friend, your own at your own cheerleader. Thank you. You're your own cheerleader, right? You got to speak up for you and say, you know what, you got this, sis, or bro. You got this, because, like, you can do this. Whatever you put your mind to, I'm not going to let anyone deter me from where I want to go, or break my determination. This is what I'm working for. This is how I'm working for. And this is what I'm going to do for. You have to be willing to do the work and not be afraid of what the outcome is going to be. You already set the tone with your energy, what the outcome is going to be. As long as you maintain that tone and that energy behind it, your outcome is going to be exactly what you desire or sought it to be, or sometimes it might even be greater, right? It's a matter of how willing are you to work for it, because God says, if you take one step towards me, I'm going to take four towards you, in so many words, right? If you're working in the right direction, if you're moving in the right direction, if you are really adamant about what it is your heart desires, God will meet you where you are, and he will show up for you, right? He will bless you, right? It's a matter of how you are going to choose to manifest, right? And so it's like, I'm learning now and manifesting what I'm seeking in this life at this time is to be better than what I've ever been, right? To not pay attention to everybody else and what they got going on. What you got going on in your life, and it's none of my business. Even if you have something to say about me, it's not my business, right? Even though it might be about me, if it's not said to me, it's not my business. And I don't have to engage or be a part of it. Even if I feel it, even if I heard it, even if I picked up on it. It's my job to decide or discern, hey, all right, I picked that, I picked that up. Okay, how I'm gonna move now, right? What is gonna be my next course of action, right? That choice, that decision is always up to you. Nobody can dictate or tell you what you gonna do but you. You have to find it in yourself to take that motivation, to take that step, to move, right? To just move. It don't matter how you moving, but well, it does matter how you move, however. You understand what I'm saying. You have to make that move. And if that means letting people go, let them go. If it's meant for them to be around, they will come back, and they will come back in the energy that you need them to come back in, not in the energy that they once were. So if they were low vibrational before and you was just like, I'm not with none of that shit, you can release them. And if it's meant for them to come back, they will show back up in your life. They will reappear, and they will reappear to show you exactly what it is you need to grow, evolve, and change in that area if they need it, if there is growth needed, right? Like, my mom used to make me irritated because she used to be like, some people don't change. And that's true. I'm finding that to be true. Some people do not change because they don't want to change. They're not ready to change. That does not mean that they are not capable of changing, right? People change for the right reasons, and yourself and myself included. It has to be the reason, though, right? You have to discern that reason. You have to decipher or decide that reason as to why or how you want to change. And you have to make that commitment to yourself, not to anyone. You don't owe shit to nobody. I don't owe nobody a damn thing. Even though we have debts, we don't owe nobody shit. You don't. I'm sorry, you just don't. And the thing is, we get so wrapped up in the mindset that we owe people things that we are either afraid to move or don't want to move because we don't want to pick up any more burden. Change your thought process. Change your mindset, right? Change how you're interacting, how you're engaging with others, right? I don't owe anybody an explanation as to why I move the way I move. It's my life. I move however the fuck I want to move. Take that same stance. However, also remember to be positive in it. You know what I'm saying? Don't just be going out here fucking off, running around doing crazy stuff like causing problems and blowing up shit or breaking things down or whatever. Like, no, don't do no crazy shit. I ain't like telling you to go out here and rob nobody and no shit like that because you up against. No, I'm not saying that. I do not promote violence. What I'm saying is, like, when you know that your life needs to change, make the changes that your life needs. Be intentional, right? Make up your mind and say, I'm tired of waking up every day and working this 9 to 5. What else can I do that will take me out of this 9 to 5 cycle? Excuse me. That will take me out of this 9 to 5 cycle that will allow me to actually express my life and express myself in my life how I really want to. What else can I do? What am I good at? What have I acquired over these years? What gifts have I manifested or mastered that will allow me, or what trades have I manifested or mastered that will allow me to transition beyond where I currently am? How can I elevate? How can I change? How can I be different? How can I be innovative? And see, I was just having this conversation with my son in the car on the ride home, and I was explaining to him, I'm like, yo, your generation, yes, it's funny because it's like I watch how the generations judge each other. Like the generation prior to my generation said that we were lazy and we didn't have initiative and we don't want to, work. We don't want to get jobs. We just want things handed to us. And it's funny because now I sit back and I look at my generation, looking at the generation under us and saying, oh, the same thing. It's like it's repeating itself, right? And I'm just like, yo, these kids nowadays don't want to work, but I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to fucking work neither. Like, I didn't even want to work when I started working. However, I knew that I needed a job to maintain and take care of myself. However, however, you don't always have to be locked in how we are locked in, right? And this new generation is showing that, right? This new generation is so innovative and so creative as to how they maneuver and make money and what they do to express themselves artistically and creatively. And it's funny because each generation that comes after is a replication or a mirror to the previous generation, right? And so it was funny because I was having this conversation with my son. I was like, yo, it's crazy. Like, he's like, Mom, you're so free spirited, so free will. You just do things a certain way. And I said, well, you got to think about it. My parent was being raised on the 60s and 70s. So they were being raised on the hippie era and the hippie. So they gotta raise feral children. Like we outside doing our thing. This is when we were growing up. I love going outside. That was the spot to be. Let's go outside and ride bikes. Let's go outside and run around and play tag or play it to go make fake basketball hoops and shit. To play basketball in the alley with a crate ball and shit. We call it crate ball, right? It's different things that we did to have fun. And now this new era, this new age that's coming in, all their thing is social media, right? And it's not to say that social media is a bad thing because it's really not. You know what I'm saying? It's all in how you are using it. You just have to be mindful that you have a mind outside of said social media, right? You don't want to be so dependent on social media that you don't know how to function or operate outside of it. And I'm learning and I'm seeing these newer generations and new kids, their imagination is so different. Like they're so creative and their mindset is so expansive and they're like sponges, yet it's a matter of what they're being exposed to, right? What were we exposed to as opposed to what were they exposed to, right? And so when you start paying attention to what we pay attention to, you will realize like, okay, I'm wasting my time on this, I'm wasting my time on that. Let me figure this out. Like, let me make the adjustments that I need to make so I can ground myself. Grounding yourself is the most important thing you could ever do. That's why I say go take time to sit down and be by yourself. I've been journaling, right? So this stage of my journey, I'm journaling. I'm back to journaling. I started journaling in the very beginning when I was 9. I used to journal all the time. And it was a process when I got into it because it was like, you don't just pick up the book and start writing. I didn't know what to write. What am I writing about? What am I going to put in these papers? I don't know. Okay, let me ask some questions and see what happens when I ask these questions. And I write the question down. And whatever answer comes to me, I write that answer down. And then more coming, I write that down. And eventually you begin to pick up free writing, right? You're starting to write. You're just writing what you feeling, your emotions, what's on your mind, what's on the inside, what you holding in that you're not letting go of, that you're not releasing, that you don't feel confident enough to actually say out loud, but you're thinking it, right? Or how cancel that, but however you're thinking it, right? And you want to express it, you want to expel it, you want to get it out of your system. Bringing it from the inside to the outside is transmuting the energy into the space of the 3D realm. That means you are giving life to it. You're taking it from the inner world and you are putting it in the 3D world and you are projecting it however you need to project it so that you can process it for you. And so I just this is a short message. I'm not about to do a long one. I'm learning though, like it's not easy to travel this world. It's not easy to transition through life. It's not easy to grow up. It's not easy to change. It's easier when you're younger because you're more adaptable. However, the older you get, the less patience you have for certain things, the less energy you want to exert to certain things because you feel yourself starting to really, in essence, slow down. And that's okay to slow down. Sometimes you have to and you need to slow down, right? You have to take a step back and look at the world and just be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You have to give yourself vacations out, rest. relax, release. All that other shit is gonna be there. It's never gonna go anywhere. You can be a part of the matrix and ride that wave until forever, until the end of the time and end of the world. Or you can choose to just do you. Don't nobody gotta like it. Just do you. Be in your own fucking world. I'll be in my own world all the fucking time. Dead is. I be in my own world all the time, and that's okay. It's okay to be in your own world. It's okay to just want to just survive, not even just survive, cancel that. It's okay to want to live in peace, right? And harmony with oneself. You have to learn how to find it within yourself first before you can find it outside of you. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to take that time to figure out what peace looks like to you. That's the big part. What does peace look like or feel like to you? Everybody don't have to understand it. They don't have to like it. They don't have to engage in it. It's what peace looks like to you that matters, right? Because once you find peace, no one, and I do mean no one can take it from you unless you allow it. And that's gonna be my message. I'm not going above and beyond. I don't feel like it. I'm not in the mood because I'm resting, right? I am giving myself permission to rest. And sometimes I'm learning too that you have to say it out loud. I give myself permission to do these things, right? Because sometimes we're in autopilot, right? And we're just rolling. We're just vibing with the way shit is. We're not even really processing it. We just, I gotta keep moving. I gotta keep moving. Excuse me. No, you have to give yourself permission to rest. I give myself permission to rest. I give myself permission to relax. I give myself permission to sleep if I need to. Right? I give myself permission to eat healthy. I give myself permission to eat junk if I want to eat junk. Just in moderation, right? I'm not saying go hurt your body with your craziness because processed stuff is not where it's at. However, like, I can't tell you what to eat. And sometimes we just like what we like. And that's okay to like what you like and want what you want. Just do it in moderation. Don't go overboard with it. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to reparent yourself. Take the knowledge that, oh, excuse me, y'all. Take the knowledge that was passed down to you from your parents and your grandparents and your great grands if you were able or blessed to be around them. Take the lessons that you learned from your cousins and your siblings, right? Take the lessons that you learned from your childhood friends and your youthful friends. Take the lessons you learned from your bosses and your peers and your peer group and your coworkers. Take the lessons and leave the bullshit behind. It's simple, yet it's not always so simple, yet it's simple, right? You just have to discern. And discernment comes, excuse me, after you've learned how to train yourself, right? Discernment comes when you learn to recognize you in the situation and how you are showing up and how you feel and what you are absorbing in that situation or at that time, right? Discernment comes when you've learned that lesson multiple times or you've mastered something and you like, I'm not dealing with that no more. You know what I'm saying? Discernment comes when you are calibrated correctly. When you have you've tapped in and tuned in with yourself so much so you tapped in and tuned with spirit so much so that you like, yeah, no, miss me with that one. I see what you're trying to do, but no thank you. You know what I'm saying? However, no thank you. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. Catch me on the flip. So I'm gonna end this message. I know I said to end it a few minutes ago, but I'm gonna end this message for real this time. And I'm gonna tell you, remember to always remember, to thine own self be true. To thine own self be true. And with that being said, peace. I may have been in the shade. Peace.